Snooze is not my friend today. Alright, let's get going. Vlogging is hard work. So the whole vlogging thing is kind of an evolution. You know, I got into YouTube, I don't know, 3 years ago. Partly it was to just find a way to make money. I wanted a side income. And then it happened. I ran into a couple of YouTube videos that really said, you know what, this can be fun, this can be entertaining, and you can be creative. You can do whatever it is you want to do. And yeah, that kind of stuck with me. And it's now part of me. So I'm not saying that I should become a full-time vlogger, although that would be kind of fun and interesting. I think some of the big vloggers, I don't know if that's something you can like duplicate. Can you have that kind of success? But it's definitely something I feel like I can do to kind of make a story out of moving from Saskatoon to Spain. Make it something that adds to what I'm doing and maybe exposes it a little bit, maybe get some attention. But that's not really the main purpose of vlogging, or at least not my main purpose. My main purpose is to do something I enjoy doing. And maybe, if it so happens, maybe I make enough money to pay for it. Like when I look at Casey Naistat, he has tons of cameras, drones, all that, stuff that vloggers use. He goes through cameras, like he shows all his broken cameras, and that's thousands of dollars. He gets millions and millions of viewers. He makes thousands of dollars. Now, I don't know exactly what he makes, but I'd imagine he does fairly well because he's got over 800 videos. I've watched videos of his that are 8 years old. So people go watch his videos. They're very interesting. There's a lot going on. What do my videos have to offer? Oh man, I pressed record. Sorry about that. So I love sunset. I love sunrises. This is currently the sunrise. It's in June. It's in Saskatoon. It's beautiful. They're almost always beautiful. So my vlogs about me moving from Saskatoon to Spain are really kind of tough because there's not something I can talk about every day. But there is stuff I need to do every day. Problem is my brain is sometimes not even close to organized. It's just really scattered. So at the end of the day, like yesterday, I had a bunch of video I took. Couldn't remember at the end of the day what I actually started talking about at the beginning of the day because I got so off topic. And I'm not that good at editing, and to do a video every day, that's going to take a ton of time. And I don't have that time, and I definitely don't have that energy. So I wonder, how does Casey Naistat do it? I imagine now he's got people helping him, or he's just done it so long. He's so freaking good. He could take my video that takes me an hour to edit and probably edit in 10 minutes. So that's kind of the goal. Get better at it. Become better at editing, do more of it. Hopefully, get better at telling a story. maybe get better at shooting video. I'm simply doing everything on my vlogging with my iPhone. iPhone 16's out. I'm still using iPhone 14. I hesitate to get the new one, but that's probably coming. Will it make my editing easier? Probably not. Make my videos better? Maybe. But what am I looking at doing? Just telling stories, I think. It's kind of just really what it kind of all comes down to. So today, I'm talking about vlogging, and can I put it together in a story, whether it relates to going to Spain or not. Probably not today, other than I want to tell that story. So this is one of the great things about YouTube, is you could tell stories. When I was in school, I never really had anyone who was able to connect to me and make me kind of come out of my shell. I always felt like I had things I wanted to express, but couldn't really do it. And I don't know if I even really understood, so it's not really the teacher's fault, because I myself didn't really know. As I got older, I definitely felt like I was missing that. And starting with YouTube, now I get to tell a story. So last night before bed, I was watching a clip about the guy who made Clerks. Can't remember his name right now. You're gonna know who he is if you're my age for sure. But he decided to make a movie on his credit card. Went out to do a sale of it. Nobody showed up except for him and his cast and crew. And then someone said, hey, go do Sundance. He ended up selling his movie. Now he's a writer, director, movie person. There's a balloon up there. Oh, such a great morning. Anyways, so he talked about how he went out on a limb to do this. And then Casey Neistat talked about how he didn't make a ton of money making movies when he was doing it. But both of them said they just did it. Just go for it. You know, not throw everything out there, maybe have some kind of reason why you're doing it. And I think I've reached that point. I'm not really going beyond what I can handle right now, but I feel like I want to go all in on it. I didn't script that sun coming in at the time. It's like the light, a new dawn. It's like being in a Hollywood movie where the light just all sudden shines. Yeah, okay, so that's the whole thing. I feel like I want to go for this now. All right, well, that was breakfast. Let's get going. So clearly, my B-roll has a lot of work, but I think it's one of those things, the more you try and do it, the more you figure out. At least that's what I'm hoping. I think there's also a certain amount of talent. Watch Casey Neistat. He seems to have all these things just kind of built into his routine, and he gets all these B clips or extra rolls, or where he just rolls up and is talking to the camera. And so I think he just kind of, he uses little clips like that, and so he has all these little things he does every day, and he keeps adding to them. And I'm totally at the beginning of all that. Yeah, so like that. I don't know, how did it look? So vlogging's definitely gonna have to become part of my training as I'm doing all this other stuff to get ready to go. And there's just so much to learn and do yet. And I've been doing YouTube videos for 3 years. And admittedly, when I started, no clue what I was doing. And no clue what direction I was going. So at least now I kind of have a clue about what I'm doing. Still very much beginner, like, because I've flip-flopped from one thing to the next, so it's like starting over every time. And then on top of it, I've now got a direction. I know what I'm actually vlogging about. I know what I'm trying to accomplish, and that's to move to Spain. So now I need to figure out how I want to make that a story, and how can I make it a story that other people want to actually sit down and listen to. Whew. I tend to babble sometimes. So about a year ago, I sold my car. The car I hadn't had that long because, well, financially it just didn't make sense to have a vehicle that cost me money when I wasn't actually bringing in that much money. So let's get rid of the car. And I find sitting on buses, waiting at bus stops, is a great time for ideas to come in. Unfortunately, you're now in a place where sometimes it's hard to do those things. When I'm at home, I have, seems like a lot more availability. I carry around more equipment. You know, if I'm at home and I think of something, I can take it. But when I'm on the way to work, not so much. I don't take as much with me. And I need to start doing that. And the other thing is, vlogging on a bus is not something I'm comfortable with. So to try and get comfortable talking in front of people to a phone or a camera is probably so far away from where I'm at that I don't even know if I'll get over that in the next year. And I hope to be in Spain by then. Maybe moving where I don't know anybody might change my perspective on it. But right now, vlogging in front of people is very hard. Even just this last few minutes where I'm setting up different camera angles and people are watching me do it, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of shy that way. So I drive school bus. This wasn't really where my life plan had was kind of supposed to be going, but it turned out to be a really good thing because I like working with kids, although, when you're driving, you're not necessarily working with them, but try and, be friendly every day, make sure they get to where they're going, try and coordinate with parents if they need to go on different buses. Sometimes I can be kind of ornery and grouchy and stuff, but, for the most part, I try and be cheerful. Okay, maybe I'm not cheerful, but I try and, put on a smile, wish everybody a good day, and go about it. The thing is, as long as I just show up, do my job every day, and I drive, and I make sure I'm staying safe when I'm driving, there's not going to be any issues. They just kind of let me do my thing. So it's worked out to be a really good job in the sense that there's not a ton of stress because I'm comfortable driving, and I'm good with the kids in the sense that doesn't bother me. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you bus drive? That's got to be terrible." I'm like, no, it's actually really good. Maybe I just have a really good group of kids too, and they're a good group of kids. And sometimes they get loud, and sometimes they don't follow the rules. But what kids follow the rules all the time? So what's the point of telling you I'm a bus driver? Well, it's actually really good because it puts me in a situation where, I get some time off during the day, and this summer I'm not working. So I do things to kind of, improve my life. And while I'm getting ready to go to Spain, being a bus driver is actually going to work out really well for that as far as like timing. Right? I got a lot of time during the day, and I can work on getting in better shape. I can work on taking my TEFL. I can organize all the stuff I need to do, and so it gives there's a lot of flexibility, right? So it's really good. So I'm actually looking forward to coming back in the fall. It'll be my second year, and I think it'll be great. So a while back, I came across Natalie Lynn, and Natalie Lynn really got me excited about this whole storytelling YouTube thing. And I don't want to do what she does, because she does this whole story, like this whole trip, and then so essentially it'd be me starting now, taking a whole bunch of video, moving to Spain, creating the video, and then making like 2 or 3 video clips. And I don't want to do that. Mostly, I guess, because I don't think my brain can actually can do that. At least not yet. Maybe eventually. And I don't have the capacity to store that much video. But her way of storytelling was so compelling that I was drawn in. She's complete opposite of me. She's like 21, young girl, 21, and just starting out in life, where I'm an old man, turning 55 this summer, and like we have totally different interests, but her storytelling was amazing, and I was like, I'd love to be able to do that. So since then, I've been trying to do this whole kind of storytelling thing in a different way, and I didn't really have that direction, but I kept trying different things, and I couldn't really find my own voice, and I realized really just recently it's because I didn't have a direction. I didn't know where I was going, so how could I actually have a way of expressing myself? Well, once I decided I was going to Spain, and I knew I wanted to continue doing YouTube and making videos, and I decided to vlog about it, I now had direction. And then I came across something that really kind of pulled it all together for me. I started watching Casey Neistat videos. Now, I'd heard of him, and I'd watched one of his videos a long time ago. I don't know, it didn't stick, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know what phase I was in, but I didn't end up watching more of them. But recently, I just can't stop watching them because I find his stories interesting. And then on top of it, I watch all the little things he does now with his videos, and that kind of amazes me. Like the way he pulls it all together, the way he tells his story. So I'm not intentionally trying to copy Casey, but I think when you're trying to do something like vlogging and you're trying to be a storyteller, watching people who do it really well and taking pieces of what they do and then trying to incorporate it into what you're doing really makes what you're doing far more easy to build on, because I mean, you're not reinventing the wheel, right? There's so many things you can do. And I've always said, I don't really want to blaze my own trail completely. I want to walk down the path until I decide, where do I want to get off? Why make life so hard to try and learn everything from scratch on your own, right? When they're building new rockets now, they don't start from zero. They go look at what people did before and say, hey, how can I make this better? Can I make it better than Casey? Probably not now, but maybe 10 years from now, maybe I'll have something that he might see a video of mine and go, hey, that's pretty cool. Right now, chances of him watching my video are pretty small. So he probably wouldn't be amazed, but he might go, hey, I use that technique. And I'll be like, hey, thanks, Casey. That was a good idea. I'm glad that you used that in your video that I saw. Hopefully I do it well enough for people to want to watch. And people aren't watching my videos because of my video technique. They're watching it maybe because they want to see the story unfold. And the video technique just makes it a little bit more interesting. Long and short of it is, I want to vlog and kind of record my whole trip, my whole preparation, my story of going from Canada to Spain. And I just like the whole concept of YouTubing. I like the videos and I like the vlogging aspect. I'd really like to get good at telling stories, so hopefully over this period of time, what I end up doing for this vlog becomes hopefully more interesting and hopefully somewhat more organized as I go, because it's really it's not something that I feel like I do really well right now, but I kind of have a vision of how I want it to look and feel. I'm just it's a work in progress. So yeah, click subscribe and like, follow along. We'll see you for the next video.